predicted a grade 9 in GCSE art, but I ended up getting a grade 8, which is still good. Like, I'm not complaining about it, but basically I'm going to show you guys everything I did to get a grade 8, like what I should have done to get a grade 9. So I'm going to show you all 3 of my sketchbooks and then my 2 final pieces. Okay, so this is my first sketchbook. It's an A4 one. I believe I did this we started it in like January of 2024. So this is like pretty old, to be honest, but yeah. So basically for this one, this is component 1, and basically your teacher, so like it depends on the school, but your teacher will like pick a theme, and the theme that my teacher chose was me, myself and I, and then like within that we got to like choose a like more niche specific theme, and I chose to do like anatomy in the body basically. Okay, so first page. Honestly, I really hate this title page, but this was my title page. Obviously, it just says me, myself, and I, because that's the title. Yeah, personally, it's just like too colourful for my liking, but we move. Then the next page was like a mood board mind map of like all the different ideas of themes, like I was saying, like the more specific themes of what we could have chosen. So looked at a bunch of different ideas, but then I went and I chose anatomy. Then I did a mood board all about anatomy. So this was like my inspiration for the whole book basically. Oh, and all the pictures I used here were from Pinterest. So we went on a school trip to the National Portrait Gallery, so I made a page all about it. It's kind of falling here, sorry, but basically these are just like, I did like a flap, ignore that one, of like different like pictures and stuff that we saw there. And here you can see I like drew one of the pictures I saw. And then so like most of the pages here, like the things that we're doing, our teacher was like telling us like, okay, so you have to make a page about this. Like there were like things, this is not just like, you don't get like in GCSE it's not as much freedom as A levels, because I am doing A level art now, by the way, but it's more like your teacher kind of tells you what to do and then you do it basically. So it's not as like free as you'd think, even though you get to choose your own themes and stuff, it's kind of still controlled. But anyways, the next thing that we did was experimental typography. So here what I did is, something just fell out. So I chose like words related to my theme. So like, for example, human, eyes, heart, anatomy, stuff like that. And we experimented with different types of like typography, I guess. And like, as you can see, I kind of like inverted some of them. So like, for example, this was the original one that I did, and then I inverted it. The next thing was own photographs. So oh my gosh, can I just say, this background, I literally kissed the whole page like 100 times over, and my lips were like really stinging afterwards. But yeah, it was worth it, to be honest, because I really like this background. Yeah, then we moved on to own photographs. So here you can see like I just took a bunch of photos basically and printed them out. And then on the next page we have filtered photos. So I chose a couple of the photos and I filtered them. I feel like there's not really a lot of drawings in this book. It's more like kind of digital stuff and like stuff like that, because like I said, we didn't have as much freedom. We kind of just had to do what we were told. Yeah, here we have some more filtered photos. These were all done on, my school was too broke for Photoshop, so we used this like kind of knockoff dupe version thing. It was called Photopea, I think, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, it worked pretty good, to be fair. Yeah, and then after that we did layered images. So basically like all the photos, layering them and stuff with like text and different photos. So like either doing 2 photos or 3 photos on top of each other, or 1 photo and then like some words. I did my first artist research. So the artist I chose for this one was Carsten Witt. Basically he does like art like this. Like this is some of his work. And then basically I made my own response. So I asked my friend if she could take a picture of her face, and then I just like turned her into a skeleton. So I had a picture of my friend's face and a picture of a like skull, and I just like merged them basically using that like Photopea software thing. Then we did our second artist research. This is kind of falling apart because it's old. Like I said, 2024, it's like 2 years later. But basically this artist, her name is Lisa Nielsen. She does like, I think this is called quilling. So like with paper and you like roll it up and make shapes and stuff. So I made my own version of this picture which I took. It's literally, things are literally falling off it right now. But yeah, it's interesting. And then we did developments and refinements. So first I took these 3 pictures of a skeleton and I just like drew it all over them. These 2 kind of look like handsome Squidward. But yeah, those are interesting. Then I like just drew out the one I showed you before, the like digital one I made of my friend and the skull. I drew it. I actually really like this. This is probably my favorite thing in this book, but I don't know, the shading could use some work because it's okay. And then here you can see that I just got really lazy because we were running out of time to finish this book, and I'm pretty sure all the rest of these pages I did them all in like a day. So this is where it gets bad. Like, yeah, this is like the downfall of this book. Okay, so we were moving on to final piece design ideas, and technically we weren't supposed to have a final piece for this, but then my teacher like last minute decided to make us do one. So I don't consider this a final piece, which is why I only say I have 2 final pieces, because this is like, yeah. But anyways, so these were my design ideas. I just sketched these like things. They're really bad. And then basically, so my teacher took a picture of my face, and I basically just like edited them like I did before with my friend's face. I just edited them, and then I put loads of filters and stuff on it to make different versions. And then oh, these are the photos I used, by the way. The photos of me are actually horrendous. And then, yep, so these are like big printouts of the photos I like edited basically. And then, oops, what we did is, so my teacher took all the photos and she printed them out on this like, I don't even know what this is called, I'm really sorry. I had all 4 of them on this like translucent type paper. So there's this one, I don't even know if these are the right way around. I don't know which way it is. This one and this one. And then basically what we did is she got this like light box thing, and we stuck these all to the light box, so they kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, and I don't have any photos of it, but it looked cool. Everyone really liked it. Everyone was like congratulating me on that one in the like final exhibition, and that was like the one thing I didn't even do, because like my teacher printed them out, she got the light box, like that wasn't even me, and that's the one that everyone liked the most. I don't really know how to explain it because I can't show you it, because like we only set it up for the exhibition, which was like at the end to show all of my work. But yeah, and I wasn't allowed to take photos, so yeah. Anyways, that was the first book. Now let's do the second one. Okay, so book 2 is a lot bigger. This one is a 3, I think, and this was started probably around summer 2024. And this one I actually like decorated and stuff. It was really cute. Some of the stickers have fallen off now, but yeah. So this was, again, so like I said before, your teacher chooses the theme and then you do like one within it. So the theme that my teacher chose for this one was close up. So this was my like mood board, mind map thing of like all the possible things I could go into within close up. So I actually really like this page. I'm really proud of this one. I don't know why. It's kind of basic, but I just really like it. So I had a bunch of different ideas like fashion, humans, animals, nature, space, all that kind of stuff. But then what I ended up choosing was within the like nature section, I went with flowers. So this was my mood board for flowers. I love this page because the printer at school had like the paper printed really like glossy, and it's just really like, I love it. And then we did this like artist mood board, which is like different artists who make work with flowers, and like for like I can't speak. Like this is like basically artists that I could, oh my god, how many times have I said like, different artists that I could use for an artist research because their work is similar to what I'm trying to do. Okay, the first artist that I did was Tessa Perlo. So she does like flower embroideries and stuff. So this is her work, and I wrote about it here. And then I made my own. So I did this embroidery thing of some flowers. I actually really like this. It took a really long time though, but basically yeah. And then we did another site visit, except I had to like, basically my teacher told us all like, oh, you guys have to go somewhere and take photos. So for my site visit, I literally just went to the garden center because, you know, flowers. So I actually really love the background of this page, but this is so extra, by the way. You don't need to do like big backgrounds and stuff for your pages. Like this is so extra, and it doesn't get you any marks. Like just don't even bother, honestly, because then you run out of times for like the actual artwork, like to make the artwork look good, which is what happened to me, which is why some of my artwork, especially in this book, it starts to get really bad. Titles and the backgrounds, it adds nothing to your marks. But that being said, I do really like the background for this one. It's giving like beach. Anyways, yeah, so I got a bunch of pictures of flowers, and then I drew a couple of them, and yeah. Then next we did developments and refinements. So first we have developments here. And so basically for the developments, it's kind of like developing on from your artist. So my artist was, she did embroidery, right? So I drew these flowers and then I did like embroidery like outlines around them to like incorporate her thing, and I did it again with this one. And then for refinements, I don't know how this links, to be honest. I kind of just started making things up, but I went into a like kind of mixed media type room. I don't know, yeah, it's just a bunch of flowers basically. I do really like this page though, and I really love this flower. This is my favorite one. Then we did own photos again, so I literally went in my garden and like nearby parks and stuff, and just basically any flowers I saw, I just took a picture of them. But I love how I like laid it out like in this like heart thing. It looks really cute. And then edited photos again. This is my least favorite thing to do in all of GCSEs, was the stupid like editing and layering photos, filtered photos. I hated them all. It was so boring, and like I'm someone who like prefers like actually drawing and painting and whatever, so this was just so boring for me. But anyways, yeah, I edited the photos. Enjoy. Oh, I did a lot of writing. I don't even know what this is for, but I just went and did a whole page of writing. I don't know why, but I do like my handwriting here. It looks really pretty. I don't even want to read that. Okay, next we did some more developments. I think this is from my own photos. So basically I just drew some of the flowers that I had taken pictures of in different styles and stuff. And then I'm guessing the next page is refinements. Yep, refinements. So I just drew some more flowers. I really love this one. This is really cool. Then another artist research. Oh, Andy Warhol. I did not like this one. So, but I made this like flat thing. So this was my like research on Andy Warhol. I've included like pictures of his work and stuff. And then this was my response. This is terrible. It's stuff like this that made me lose marks. Like, this is terrible. I hate it. This might be like my least favorite thing in this whole book. Anyways, then my second artist is Rachel Mueling, and she did like, I think lino printing it's called. So I made my own version, and I literally realized after I submitted this book that I forgot to include any examples of her work. So, you know, that was an error on my part. This book is so big, it's like confusing me. Oh, this page is not good. Developments, these are terrible. Every single one of them is awful. Like I said, it's drawings like these that made me lose marks. Like all the time I spent doing that stupid beach background, and I should have been focusing on these. Yeah, maybe if I had some good drawings here, I would have got that 9. Then we went to the Tate Britain. We did a site visit. So this was my page on this. I remember like dreading making this page because I was like, oh my god, I have to include so much stuff. It's gonna be so stressful. I did this like flap thing. And then I drew, this was one of the pieces of art we saw. You can see it here. I drew it. And this one, I actually drew this digitally. It's that picture that I saw. Oh, another bad one. This is developments and refinements. Some horrible flowers drawings. And I think I ran out of words to write. So on here, I just wrote own drawings in really big, and it just looks awful. And yeah, some more horrible flowers. Like, yeah, a lot of my work in this book is really questionable. This book is so mixed because there's some things in here that I really love, and then some things I just actually hate. So yeah, okay. Anyways, now we're moving on to the final piece. So this was my planning, design ideas. Also, I really love this title. Like, look at that. It took me like an hour to write, but it was worth it because I'm obsessed with that. It looks like a ribbon. Anyway, so I had like 3 main ideas. It was either I wanted to draw like a giant bouquet of flowers, or like a skull with like a like flower crown thing. That kind of linked to my old theme of anatomy, because you know, like skull, or this like mouth with flowers coming out of it. And I chose that mainly because I just kind of wanted to draw some lips. Anyways, yeah, so I drew a couple of flowers out here, and then basically I took this like sketch and I refined it until I got to my actual design for my final piece. And honestly, this final piece, I really love it. Like, I love this one. I'm so proud of myself for this one. Anyways, own photos. So these are the photos that I used. These flower ones I got from online. The lips, those are my lips, yeah. And then I basically put it all together digitally to make my design. Here we started like testing. These are some of the lips drawings I did. Honestly, they're not finished just because they're so big. I couldn't be bothered to finish them. But I was like, oh, it's testing. It doesn't matter if I finish it or not. I probably should have finished it though, because like I said, that would have got me the grade 9. These are some background ideas. I think I went with this one in the end, the blue one, because it kind of like, a lot of the flowers were pink and it was like a blue pink contrast thing. And some leaves. I actually love the leaves on my final piece. This is my favorite page. I love these flowers. This one and this one, I love them. I'm so proud of myself for this. Yeah, I'm like glazing myself too much right now. Then we have a few more flowers. Again, they're not finished. I really love that rose as well. That's really cool. And I think this is the end of the book. Yeah, this is a printout I have with my final piece, but I'll show you the real life version right now. Obviously I can't like sit here and hold it up because it's like giant. But yeah, basically it looks like that. I love it. I'm obsessed with this one, but it did take such a long time. So like for the final piece for this book, basically what we did is we had a 1-day exam. So it was 5 hours long. We spent the whole day just like doing that. And obviously like 5 hours is not enough time to finish that. Like it's giant. So then after that, we had like maybe a month or something to just like work on it, like in class, at home, wherever, and just finish it off basically. So that was done in like partial exam conditions. Yeah, so this is my final piece. Like you can just see all the like testing stuff I did. It's basically just incorporated into this whole thing. And honestly, I'm so proud of this one. I'm really proud of it. But it did take a super duper long time. But yeah, this is my first final piece. Last sketchbook. This is the exam unit. So basically what happens for the exam unit, this is component 2 by the way. So the exam board, my exam board was AQA. They will like send you a list of 7 different themes. It changes every single year. They give you 7 themes and you get to choose one of the 7. And one of the themes was human beings. So that's what I chose. So this was my mood board. No, not mood. I keep saying mood board. I mean mind map. This was my mind map for that theme. So obviously I wrote human beings and I drew my friend again. Yeah, a lot of this book is just me drawing a bunch of my different friends because like obviously I need pictures of people, so I just used to like text them all like, hey, can you send me pictures of your face? This is my mood board for this book. It was like, I didn't want it to be like too freaky, but it's kind of, I don't know, because it's like close up of like facial features and like body it's just like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. But then here was my artist research one. Not artist like potential artists for artist researchers. We did secondary source drawings. So secondary sources are just like any pictures you find online. Wait, no, because I took this picture. Okay, these are secondary sources. I found this eye online, I drew it, and I'm pretty sure these are my lips. Okay, I don't know what secondary sources are. Basically, I drew an eye, I drew some lips, and I drew this picture of my friend. I'm really proud of this one actually. This is cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of confused. I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, next, another drawing of my friend. So I did this artist research. It's Chris Trapineers, and she or he does like line. What's it called? Like, you know when you like draw with one line only and you like, you know, that kind of thing. He does that like work. So I did that with my friend. My friend sent me a picture of his face and I drew it in one line. And then I did another artist research on Greg Sands, and basically he does like, he takes pictures of people and like I think 2 pictures, and then he like cuts them up and like weaves them together. So that's what I did. I got 2 of my friends' faces. I drew one in like regular pencils and then one in colored pencils, and I like weaved them. I honestly really don't like this though, because like the colored pencil drawing came out good, but the pencil drawing came out really bad, so it just kind of looks weird and you can't really tell what's going on. So this is development, except I guess I forgot to write the title. So I don't really know what's going on here. It's just random drawings, I guess. This is a picture of my friend, and then this is, I don't know who this is, but then I drew some like, I don't know how to, I'm not very good at explaining these things. You can just kind of like see what's going on basically. I drew these pictures, then my developments. Okay. Then we have refinements. So I did took the technique of how that artist before the first one, how he uses like lines and biro pens and stuff, and I just did that with a bunch of facial features and stuff. and a hand. This is actually my friend's ear. She was sitting next to me and I was like, I'm drawing your ear right now. Next we have own photos. This is literally just a bunch of pictures of people from my school. This week was so fun when we did this because all of my lessons that week, my teacher just sent me, she just gave me a camera and she was like, okay, go. And literally the whole week I was just walking around school and I was like going into different classes and being like, hey, can I take photos? And it was so much fun. It was really, really fun. Then we have, what is this? Digitally edited photos. So this first one is my friend and I like blurred her and made her like multiple times. This one is another one of my friends and I like cut out parts of her faces and changed it. This is another one of my friends and I blurred her face. This is a bunch of my friends' eyes. This is like loads of teachers and I like took like different facial features from each of them and like I stuck them. This is one of my teacher's shirts. I put it on this woman's head. This is one of my friends and I got 2 pictures of him and like cut them and merged them basically. So these are all digitally edited and then the next ones are physically edited. You can literally tell here I wrote I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I wrote the title and I didn't like it, so I rubbed it out, but because I did it so dark you can still see it underneath, which really bothers me. But this is one of my teachers and I cut out a section of his face and drew it in. This is one of my teachers and I just chopped her into loads of pieces. This is my friend and I took a strip out of him. That sounds weird. I drew him. This is my friend and I cut her up and stitched her together. This sounds so weird. I love this drawing. Oh, this is developments, by the way. This is me and my best friend holding hands and I drew it. And this is I love this picture. This is someone's hand with like tattoos and stuff and I did like half colored pencil, half just normal pencil. Yeah, sorry, I can't speak today. This is one of my friends and he's really mad about this picture because I took a photo of him and then I like edited it with those like, those like thermal camera filter things. I did that to him and then I drew it in, I think this is oil pastels. Yeah, he didn't like it. He was like, why'd you make me look like Shrek? Then I did another artist research. This was my own response. I drew a picture of my friend in this artist style. This is Jenny Saville. I do really love this title though. I think it's cool. Yeah, basically that's that. Developments. So I drew a bunch of eyes with like different styles. Basically this one is oil pastel. I don't know what the other two are. I drew this. I don't know why. It's really bad. I hate it. You can kind of see the eye from over here is like imprinted on her neck. Then we have refinements. I'm sure if you read what I wrote, it makes sense why I'm drawing all these things, but I can't be bothered to read it. So yeah, we just have a bunch of random drawings. I love this hand though, but even though it's so tiny, it genuinely took me like 2 hours to draw. Like, okay, now we're moving on to final piece design ideas. So I had 2 like ideas for final piece, and this was the like design I came up with. I think it's really cool. Basically it's just like my face and like I had like 3 pictures of my face and I kind of like merged them all together with like different sections and stuff. And these are the photos I used. Like I said, it's those 3. I hate this page. It's so weird. Anytime anyone went through my book on this page, I was just like, I felt so embarrassed because like it's just my face really close up. Oh, they're all kind of falling off. This page is kind of falling apart. But final piece testing, basically. Oh, I can't really show you that. But yeah, so I was drawing all the sections in different techniques. So this is like, this eye is done in colored pencil. The lips are colored pencil. This lips and nose thing is fine liner cross hatching. Next page we have this. The forehead and hair is watercolor pencils. This neck jawline situation is oil pastels. The neck and hair is, I can't say this word, gouache paints. Then next page we have this hair in coloring pencil, this like shoulder thing in fine liner, and my other shoulder in pencil. Last part, this eye nose thing in pencil and this cheek in watercolor pencils. And then we had to do this like plan for our final piece because this final piece was done just completely in exam conditions. So we had 2 days. It was 10 hours, 5 hours first day, 5 hours second day, and it's just, you just sit in a silent room for 10 hours and you just do it. It has to be done in the exam time. So basically in this plan, I just planned out like what parts I was going to do on each day and at each time and stuff. This is the printout of my final piece. This was done in 10 hours, exam conditions. I really like this actually. My actual final piece is kind of ripped and I'm really upset about that. And let me show you the big one right now. Okay, so this is my final piece. you can see basically like all the different sections that I did in testing. You can see it all the different techniques and stuff. And yeah, I really like this actually. Yeah. Okay, so that was all of my GCSE artwork done over 2 years basically. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was like helpful and stuff. If you're watching this, hi. Yeah, if you have questions, if you do GCSE art, let me know if you have questions. I'll answer whatever you want. This is so awkward. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.